All right. Turn around for me. Let me pee on down the road. No, ma'am. Walk up to the jail in just a minute.
On July 22nd, GloRilla was arrested on drug charges. But what happened before and after her arrest reveals something far more sinister. Though her time in jail was short, it was violent, humiliating, and deeply unjust. Reports quickly surfaced that she was assaulted shortly after being booked. But this wasn't just celebrity gossip, it felt more like a setup. A rising black star, arrested for drugs she wasn't even home to possess, and then allegedly attacked while in custody. GloRilla wasn't even in the state when the police raided her house. She was performing at the WNBA All-Star Game in Indianapolis. That same night, burglars broke into her gated Georgia home. A family member reportedly fired shots to protect the property. But when the police arrived, they didn't chase the suspects. They tore through her house and claimed they found 2.8 pounds of marijuana. Instead of launching a manhunt for the armed intruders, they slapped felony charges on a woman who wasn't even there.
Oh.
This isn't the first time GloRilla's been dragged into controversy. Over a year ago, she was pulled over in what began as a routine traffic stop and ended in arrest. Body cam footage showed a visibly confused and shaken GloRilla slurring her words, trying to explain herself. She fumbled through responses when asked about drinking, switching from 4 to 7 to none. The officers didn't see a struggling artist, they saw an opportunity to book a name. And when she admitted something on camera, that minor traffic incident turned into a potential felony. Once again, her imperfections were magnified while her humanity was ignored. The press had a field day, and the public judged her off a few chaotic seconds of footage.
Not only can I smell alcohol coming from your breath, but I can also smell marijuana coming from this car.
But this latest case isn't about traffic or personal mistakes, it's about power. After GloRilla turned herself in and was placed in Foresight County Jail, disturbing reports began to surface. She was attacked by another inmate, left with visible bruises and possibly a busted lip. Insiders say jail guards didn't protect her, didn't isolate her, didn't even step in until the damage was done. From the moment she walked in, she was a target not protected, not respected, but placed in general population like any other inmate. Not because she committed a violent crime, but because her name carried enough weight to make her a spectacle. The worst part? GloRilla was charged based on drugs found in a house she wasn't even inside while actively performing out of state. The law in Georgia considers felony marijuana possession for anything over 1 ounce, and deputies claimed to find almost 3 pounds, plus THC wax. But there was no direct possession. She wasn't home, other people were staying at the property. Her lawyer said it best: how can you charge someone for a crime that took place in their absence? The answer is simple: because she's famous. And in a place like Foresight County, Georgia, with a long, bloody history of racial oppression, resting a loud, successful black woman as a statement.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna take the team. I'm taking the team.
That doesn't change anything. You still are going to be arrested.
For what?
Okay.
You don't have any proof on me.
No, ma'am, I do.
Where were the brands? The award shows? The artists who once praised her? When the system came for GloRilla, they all disappeared. The same voices that celebrated her rise went quiet when her mugshot surfaced. Her WNBA performance was forgotten. Overnight, instead of standing by her, the media flipped the narrative. She wasn't the victim of a home invasion anymore, she was now the face of a drug raid. Her career was on the line, and nobody showed up. We've seen this pattern before. Megan Thee Stallion, Cardi B, Azealia Banks. Each one of them doubted, silenced, or discarded when their truth made people uncomfortable.
Feel good, actually. I love it. Like, it help you. And sometimes, like, we need to hear people talk or criticism and shit. And so it can make us remember, okay, I got to get back on my, you know what I'm saying, on my P.
To understand what's being taken from her, you have to understand where she came from. Gloria Hallelujah Woods, born and raised in North Memphis, grew up with 10 siblings and little to her name. Sleeping on air mattresses, raised on gospel music and southern grit, she turned hardship into energy. GloRilla didn't come up through industry connections, she made it from the bottom. Her breakout track FNF with Hit Kid in 2022 was raw, defiant, and 100% her. Shot on the streets of Memphis, that low-budget music video changed everything. Her sound, her voice, her energy, it all felt real. Unfiltered, uncoached, and impossible to ignore.
God, Glow's prayer, I'm praying to God, like, God, please don't ever let me do that again.
By the end of 2022, GloRilla was a star. A Cardi B co-sign, Billboard chart success, bet stages, and even a Grammy nomination followed. She brought a whole new energy to rap, gritty, bold, and loud. But beneath the chains and designer fits was still the same girl from Memphis, vulnerable and honest. She talked openly about heartbreak, about pain, about trying to cleanse her soul in a world that demanded she stay hard. Her fans didn't love her because she was perfect, they loved her because she was real. And that very realness, that refusal to be fake or controlled, made her dangerous to a system that profits from compliance.
It was 60.
60 day.
Yeah.
60 day. What made you like want to like lock in and do like a 60-day celibacy?
And now, Like so many black women before her, she's being punished not for a crime but for daring to exist loudly. Foxy Brown, Da Brat, Remy Ma, Azealia Banks, each brilliant, each discarded. When GloRilla demanded her space, they branded her unmarketable. When she refused to dim her light, they arrested her. The industry chewed her up, and when the system stepped in, it didn't defend her hit. Watched, but GloRilla isn't staying quiet. She bounded out. She clapped back online. She reminded the world, her house got broken into, and she was the only one arrested. Her fans are waking up, her supporters are organizing, and her voice still cuts through the noise. She's not a mugshot, she's a movement.